Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for Eelco. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, review, re-review, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, video game playthroughs, whatever the case may be, tier list rankings, reactions, what have you, random movie news, PayPal's the best way to do it. They have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box. I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. If those are something, thank you. I do appreciate it. Now, Eelco wanted me to look at episode 1 of Fraggle Rock, and I want to get this correct. He also says, could you talk about your history and all that stuff with Fraggle Rock? The problem is I don't have a history with it because I've never seen the show before. I've heard of it. I definitely heard of it. I've heard the theme song multiple times, but I'd never, because in a way this is before my time. I mean, this came out what, 1983, 80, yeah, to 87. I was born in 83, and we didn't have this in reruns because as a kid we only had ABC, CBS, PBS, and another form of CBS, so they didn't show reruns of Fraggle Rock. And we didn't get cable till like 96, 97. And then by then, I don't know if they would be showing Fraggle Rock anywhere else. I know there was a reboot. I'm like, well, I didn't see the originals. I didn't check out the reboot. Or I don't think it lasted long. Was it a reboot? I swear there was a reboot of this. Yeah, Back to the Rock. 2022 on Apple TV. Okay. So, wanted to make sure I get that right. Now, I have heard of the show, though. I'll get to the episode in a minute, a few minutes. When I heard, it was actually from another show that I heard about this. So, while we did not have NBC, my aunt would send us videotapes of Elf, the sitcom. Alien from Melmac was a few years on NBC, and my aunt would send us videotapes, and pretty much all the episodes were taped on there. Had like the whole set on VHS because of her. Nowadays I have it on this DVD from Shout Factory, but I don't think it's on there. There was a special that is on YouTube. I did find it. It's called Elf Loves a Mystery, and it's actually very nostalgic to go through that, because I remember I watched Elf repeatedly on those VHS tapes over and over and over again. Because it was just that was the sitcom I grew up with the most, I would say. Home Improvement was close, but I would say that if there's one sitcom I grew up with the most, it was Elf. And I remember seeing that because it was a Saturday morning program that would show what cartoons were going to be on NBC. Now, granted, it didn't matter because I didn't have NBC, but it was cool to see these clips of shows. And so it was like the Gummy Bear Show, some dog. I always forgot the damn name. Like this blue dog. And on the special, you had the kid from the show, Benji. You had Elf, of course. Shannon Doherty was on it as this mysterious woman in red. Yes, Shannon Doherty. And Stephen First from Animal House. Now I think about it, I know there's a few other people in there, but I think all the people I mentioned sadly have passed away. Yeah, Benji I think passed away. Shannon Doherty sadly passed away. And Stephen First has passed away. There's a few other people, like Betty White Another person who passed away. Jesus Christ. The guy who played Elf didn't pass away, I know that, and I think there's a few others. I can't remember their names. Anyway, it was like this mystery where the kids go around searching for clues, and each time they get to a clue, here's a preview of what's going to be on the Saturday morning lineup of fucking NBC. And one of them was Fraggle Rock, the cartoon. And that's why I first heard of Fraggle Rock. That's why I first heard the theme song. You know, the dance your tears away. Worries for another day. Dance your tears away. Down on Fraggle Rock. So that's why I heard about it, where I was first introduced to it, that I knew about it. I'm like, okay, that theme song's pretty catchy. Just never watched the fucking show and stuff. And of course, with the advent of internet, I look up stuff and I would see clips and stuff. I never watched the full episode. I know I'm 6 minutes in. I talk more about Elf than fucking Fraggle Rock. I know. But just that bit, which I didn't watch the whole thing because I just didn't have time. But I do want to rewatch that Elf Loves a Mystery thing, because that's a piece down nostalgia lane. I haven't seen it in a while. But this, it was there. I mean, maybe as I'm a 40-some-year-old guy, it just doesn't affect me as much as maybe it would have when I was a kid. It's a very catchy theme song, first and foremost. The plot of the first episode is this human and his dog, which I thought was cute, that the dog they did as a puppet as well. So it wasn't a natural dog, but the dog Sprocket was a puppet. I thought that was, again, cute. They moved into this place, going to turn to a workshop, and there's a hole in the wall where our lead character, his uncle, is called Matt, the traveling Matt. So I think Eelco even mentioned that, how ironic this guy has the name I have, Matt. He's going to go out and he finds the hole, and he's going to go out and explore and look at the world, and he'll send a postcard in the mail to his nephew. So then the rest of the episode is getting to know a little bit of the Fraggle Rock world that's within this wall and these tunnels and stuff. How the characters kind of interact with each other. You have the lead guy, you have the one who you'd never see his eyes because the hat is all the way down. He's more of the smart one. You have one named Red, who's more of the outgoing one, personality, woman of action type of thing. You have one that's a little bit more hippie-like, and you have one who's the youngest, more like the nicest, optimistic one. There's a few songs littered throughout it. Them singing about going to dance and sing all day. I'm like, I hope you don't, because it don't annoy the piss out of me. And there's also these little guys named dozers that just build everything. And then like the youngest Fraggle eats some of it. And one of them goes, I wonder how come they don't get mad that we're eating it. And then you see one of the little dozers, architecture's meant to be enjoyed. So the rest of the plot is the lead has to find the guts to go out of the hole to try to find the mail in case his uncle did send him some. So he's trying to get his courage up. He ventures past these big troll-like things called gorges and tosses his trash heap, who sings them as well. Bring me trouble, bring me pain, bring me woe, woe, woe. Probably other than the theme song, that's the song that kind of worked a little bit. And also the trash puppet, kind of thought it was interesting design. Kind of a unique design. And cute, they had like rats on his shoulders and stuff. And one's like playing the harmonica. I would say like hippie music, but not really. That's not really the case, but like I said, maybe it's just the first episode, so you kind of sitting there going, trying to get a feel what the show would detail episode by episode. You know, okay, it's going to be, I guess, a couple songs in each episode, some hijinks ensuing, and then like a kind of a slim plot. In this case, try to get the mail and get away from the dog, and they're scared of this red thing, which is a dog toy, but they don't know that, so they roll it so the dog gets over to it, and then the lead is able to get back with the piece of mail from his uncle, the postcard. Then they succeed, they go back to their world and start singing and dancing again. Now, you know, the puppet stuff is cute. I mean, if you're a fan of the Muppets, Jim Henson, of course, worked on this. Well, I don't, of course. Some people may not know, but Jim Henson did work on this. So it was cute. It's always cute to see those kind of puppetry. I would say for me, like, the puppets is a cool thing. I probably did not grow up with that kind of stuff as a kid, like other people did. Because as a kid, I didn't watch the Muppets. I probably saw like 1 or 2 films back in the day. And Muppet Babies, the cartoon, which sadly can never get released because of some bullshit. That fucking sucks. Because people have asked, hey, we don't get a release of Muppet Babies? No. Because of different people having different rights and they don't want to get together. And, you know, back then people were more willing to work together. Nowadays, not so much. It's like, well, fuck. I actually like to see that idea, Muppet Babies. That one I haven't seen since I was a kid, that cartoon. Muppet Babies, do, do, do. Muppet Babies. I still remember that fucking theme song. I think it was like CBS it was on. Because I know as I would watch Ninja Turtles and Muppet Babies would be in that vein. Really, that'd be one of the only reasons I would watch CBS is because of the cartoons. Dad, I remember not minding Murphy Brown. But again, I haven't seen that since I was a kid as well. And that got a reboot. Well, revival, but it only lasted like 1 year. So probably no one else gave a shit about Murphy Brown. Which is understandable because no one ever talks about Murphy Brown. Yeah, it was a popular show back then, but who the fuck remembers except me? And I said I barely remember because I haven't seen him since I was a kid. Anyway, talk about all these other fucking shows except the one we're supposed to be talking about. Sorry about that. But yeah, I can't say I have a history because it's my first time watching it. And as is, it was harmless. I mean, if you have kids and they've seen enough Muppets and Sesame Street stuff. See, it's not like a show that's meant for learning like Sesame Street. It doesn't have, at times, kind of a witty sense of humor like the Muppets do. So it's not educational like the Sesame Street. It's not, sometimes, you know, that undercurrent of wittiness that Muppets have. So it's just kind of, I don't know, it kind of makes me go, what is this? What is this? What is this? I guess if you have kids and you like puppets and you like singing, I mean, it's easier to watch than fucking Barney the Dinosaur or Teletubbies, I'll say that. Just that the puppets are, I like the designs. The designs of the Fraggles are cute. Even the little dozers, how tiny they are, that's cute. Now they're building and someone's eating it, at least they're enjoying it, they're just willy-nilly about it. Like I said, I like that the dog in the human world is a puppet as well. I thought that was cute. That theme song is still catchy as all hell. The trash thing was probably the most interesting design. I don't know, maybe it's one of those things that you have to watch like multiple episodes to get a feel as to what it's all about. It's not that I'm confused about the plot of the story, it's just get a feeling what kind of show it is, if that makes sense. But I mean, did I hate it? No, I didn't hate it. So there. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's it is what it is. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye for now.